back to the Quarantine Cricket Championship. I'm Brian Jackson, and this is day 3 of the third Ashes Test between England and Australia. We've got Australia still batting in their first innings after 2 sessions of day 1 were rained out. Sorry about that. And now it's Tim Paine and Pat Cummins at the crease, and Paine gets things underway with no, the outfield's still pretty slow, so they will come back for 3. No, just 2. Bit lazy there from the batting side. I don't really intend to be batting much longer because of the amount of time, or maybe the lack of time remaining in this match as Paine goes down the ground. This one reaches the ropes for 4. Really well done, so aggression will go up a bit. Just try and get that first innings score as high as it can be, as Cummins gets a full toss first up, absolutely smashes that one through the onside for 4. Excellent stuff. A good first innings score I thought was going to be 300 to 320 given the conditions. It looked like we could have been on for 400 plus at one stage, but then a few wickets fell last night in the final session, and we're now 291 for 7. So really this is still anyone's game. The conditions are the same as they were at the end of last night, which is fairly uneven bounce and a fair bit of turn. You'd probably say that it is a good bowling wicket, at least for this stage of the match. So personally, I'm pretty happy that I've got some runs on the board as the Australians. Paine can't get that one past the fielder. Just one from that over, 292 for 7. The series, of course, still poised at 0-0. Pretty unbelievable that we're into episode 13 now, this would be, and we still don't have a single winner. In terms of the standings, what that means is that both England and Australia are on 16 points as Cummins drives that one down the ground for 4. That's the shot of a top order batsman. And that will go in the similar region of the ground. Australia's scoring all their runs there at the moment. 7 from that over, as Broad continues to paint. Yeah, so the winner of this match will receive 24 points in the Quarantine Cricket Championship. If it's a draw, both sides get 8. Loser gets none. That's the way it works. So there's definitely a strong incentive to play for the win. I am using the ICC scoring for the Cricket Championship. So any issues, you can take it up with them, not me. As Broad completes a maiden. Well defended by Cummins. Oh, nicely played. Beats the fielder and they'll come back for 2. He's pretty comfortable against the full one, Pat Cummins, so far today. Australia will be hoping that he finally shows some of his talent with the ball. I think he's only taken 3 wickets this series, but gee, looks good with the bat. 2 full once again and hammered through the onside for 4. I should say 300 has come up for Australia, 7 wickets down. That's a pretty good result after being sent in at the toss in very unfavourable conditions. How big will they go? Cummins leaves that one. And that's good running, picking up the single. Cummins looks very comfortable out there. And nicely played once again. So 4 from that over, all singles. Good to keep the scoreboard ticking along. It's 309 for 7. As Anderson gets put away. Just all timing that one. Played through the offside for 4 runs. Nothing too silly from Pat Cummins, just good cricketing shots. Nicely tucked away for a single. So, gee, I didn't actually expect this to be such a strong start for us today with the bat. I figured we'd be rolled pretty quickly. Only 3 wickets in hand. The tail hasn't batted too well throughout the tour up to this point, but Broad and Anderson are getting absolutely nothing so far, and it's mainly Pat Cummins who's been doing the damage in the first half hour. Broad trying to tempt Payne into a shot, nothing doing so far. Oh, and he beats the bat. They're going up for a caught behind, don't think so. Umpire agrees. Scores remain 315 for 7. Cummins goes again, this time only as far as the fielder at mid-wicket, so it'll just be a single. Good intent though. He's probably itching to get out there and have a bowl after over 2 days in the field. Payne not looking as comfortable, it must be said. That's a nice shot. Pretty unfortunate that it was just a dot ball. Blocks out the Yorker. And runs a single there. So 317 now for 7. Stuart Broad continuing. You'd probably expect a bowling change at this stage after the way England have come out and played this morning. Driven by Payne, just the single. Well left by Cummins. That one shaped back into him. Broad not bowling full enough that over. Cummins cuts it, just the single though. Man in the deep cuts it off. And we are 319 for 7 as Ben Stokes enters the attack, going around the wicket. He's bowled pretty well so far and throughout the series. And oh, would you believe it? Put down. Who was that in the slips? Well, England will not be happy with that. And to be honest, they've been pretty sloppy in the field this test. Lots of byes let through. Bowlers have overstepped the crease a few too many times. And now Pat Cummins has been put down. So even at this stage of the innings, you don't want that if you're the English side. If this lead gets up over 350, that's not good for them. And Payne, what a shot. Backs away, plays it through the point region for 4. Tries to drive that one down the ground. Only gets a single. As Sam Curran bowls to Pat Cummins. Couple slips, couple men in close to the bat. But he's still able to find a single. So another expensive over. It's 327 for 7. as Stokes bowls a full toss, played for 1. Well bowled. And it's nicely pulled by Tim Paine. It's one of his favourite shots. Only gets a single this time. But every run counts as Cummins drives that, beats the first fielder. Man in the deep will pick it up, but not before they come back for 2. So 3:31 the score now at Drinks in this first session. And Australia have got to be really happy with this. Excellent start to the day. The conditions are only going to get worse for batting. So runs now, wickets later will be what they're thinking. Maiden over from Curran. Because of the match situation, we're going to raise the aggression a bit more. That'll probably result in wickets falling a bit quicker. That's a risk you've got to take. I wasn't expecting too much from this partnership. They've already exceeded my expectations. Nicely driven by Cummins, just the single. I can't say that he deserves a half century after being dropped, but I'd like to see it. Tim Paine flicks that, but no run. 3:32 for 7. As Curran around the wicket to Pat Cummins, who absolutely belts that. He saw the gap there in the deep, and he exploited it when the bowler got too straight. He moves along to 40 not out. Oh, and it doesn't last much longer. So a very helpful cameo by Pat Cummins comes to an end. He makes 40. That brings out Nathan Lyon to the crease. A lot of men in close to the bat, as you'd expect for Sam Curran bowling to the tail. Oh, and Lyon exploits that wonderfully. Leans back, drives it through covers for 4 to get himself off the mark. So, no slouch with the bat, Nathan Lyon, but certainly not coming close to being an all-rounder either. A handy 10 from him would do just fine. Paine pulls, and pulls well. It's a no ball as well. So Stokes will get a crack at Nathan Lyon, who drives again, this time on the front foot, and it's beaten the fielder and gone for 4 more. Useful runs for the Australians, and he goes again, this time through the leg side, and gets a single. So Nathan Lyon looking extremely confident about his cricket. But it will be Tim Paine on strike at the start of the next over, after 8 runs come from that one. Frustration for the English. Excellent shot by Paine to bring up the 350 for Australia. They've come out this morning playing positively. They're taking this game away from England as much as that can happen in the first innings. And look at Nathan Lyon. Quality shot. He's batting like a top order batsman. Oh, and he goes once again. Gee, well stopped in the field there, but pretty entertaining stuff out here. 10 from that over. As Jimmy Anderson comes back on, will he be the one to clean up this tail? That is most certainly wagging, a lot more than I expected. Lyon goes again, no run. Oh, and smartly left. He doesn't want to throw his wicket away. Blocks out the Yorker. Smartly defended as well. I reckon Lyon, he reckons he's building an innings. He's seen off a maiden from Anderson. We are 358 for 8. Oh, and Payne gets a full toss. Gee, he'll be annoyed with himself he didn't pick the gap. Oh, Nathan Lyon has no such difficulty. Wasn't even that straight. He just moves across, plays it through the leg side gap, and picks up yet another boundary. He's scoring to all parts of the ground, Nathan Lyon. Very impressed with what I've seen from him. And goes down the ground. Happy to keep the strike. Why not when you're batting like he is? 364 for 8. Jimmy Anderson bowling. Drives for no run. Nicely bowled, but well defended by Nathan Lyon. Anderson the only bowler. He's struggled to get away so far. Very defensive field to Tim Payne here. 365 for 8. As Moeen comes into the attack, will he be the one to dismiss his spinning counterpart, Nathan Lyon? Gee, that'd do wonders for his confidence, Moeen. Yeah, he's getting a fair bit of turn. Tosses that one up outside off. Lyon can't beat the man at slip. Oh, and he sweeps. Perfectly played by Nathan Lyon, and he picks up another 4. Oh, and he drives now. Well fielded by Leach. There's Australia now 370. Who would have thought this would happen at the start of the day? Not even me. Nathan Lyon on 25. Make that 29. That is an unbelievable shot for a number 10 batsman. This is quite the entertaining performance. I thought Paddy Cummins was looking sharp. Gee, out Nathan Lyon. Oh, is that it? Goes up, yeah. Little inside edge on that, and it comes to an end. 29 off 32 rocks. Excellent innings. And is Hazlewood going to show us something with the bat as well? Yes, he is. That's gone for 6. Over the bowler's head. No respect. And the pain keeps piling on here for the English as Tim Payne drives expansively, sort of a square drive, beats the man in the deep who was just hit with so much force. Oh, but that should be out. Yeah, struck on the pads and he's gone. So, Tim Payne, 40, fall short of a half century. He's batted pretty well throughout the series. Nothing too special, but a few useful knocks. And Australia will end their first innings with a lead of 384. So, Dave Warner, Marnus Labuschagne and Steve Smith all with 50s. And then very handy tail end runs from Payne, Cummins and Lyon. 20 byes and 11 no balls also helps. And a handy 6 not out from Josh Hazlewood. Moeen finishes with 4 wickets, 2 for Curran, 1 for all of those blokes. Jack Leach barely gets a bowl, who knows why. 3 maidens, gee. And now, the English are batting. So it'll be Josh Hazlewood with the new ball, Burns and Denley at the crease. Denley's first appearance of the series. Coming in for the underperforming Jason Roy. Nicely flicked by Burns, they'll get 2. And England are away. 2 leg buys actually. No bet on that. Oh, and he's gone. First over. Would you believe it? Rory Burns, he didn't need to play that aggressively this soon. Marnus Labuschagne, after being the worst fielder for either side in the first 2 tests, has just taken a very important catch. Hazlewood gets a wicket in the first over. England are 2 for 1. And Rory Burns is on his way. Cummins now to Denley in what will probably be the final over of this first session. Well left. Pressure's on Denley coming into the Ashes series now. His team in a bit of a spot of bother. But his defence looks pretty solid. Last ball of the session is tucked away for 1. So Denley off the mark. At lunch on day 3, England 3 for 1. Hazlewood the wicket taker, but I should mention it's Jonny Bairstow that's just come out to the crease, fresh off 225 in the second test. So a lot to do here for the Australians. Bairstow and Root, gee, they've caused problems. Denley sort of backs away a bit, gets down the other end. And Hazlewood going short to Bairstow straight up. Pulls it, just a single though. Oh, he struck on the pads, probably missing leg. Yep, struck outside the line as well, but Hazlewood picking up where he left off in the second test and also with the bat. He must be feeling good about himself, Josh Hazlewood. As Bairstow gets another single. A lot of pressure on Pat Cummins this test match. After a poor start to the series. Sure, the English conditions don't suit him, but the fact that he was giving away so many runs without taking wickets just adds so much pressure on himself and also the selectors. And Bairstow took a liking to Cummins in the second test, and he started well against him today with a boundary. England 11 for 1. No such issues for Josh Hazlewood this series. He's looked in good nick. As Denley gets a single. Bairstow pulls again. They've bowled really short to him, and I'm not quite sure why. Hasn't worked so far. It's not a strategy on my part. Well defended. Yep, short again. Pulled away again. Very mysterious. Goes short to Denley as well. I don't think this is the way to bowl in England. I've got to be honest. Oh, but I spoke too soon. Pat Cummins has taken the massive wicket of Jonny Bairstow. Yes, he's gone. Only 8. Far cry from 225. And England are now 15 for 2. And my decision to stick with Pat Cummins, I've got to say it's looking like a good one. As he gets the breakthrough. And England, 2 early wickets lost. Brings their skipper to the crease, Joe Root. He's had a magnificent series so far. But England will need him to do even better this time, really, to dig themselves out of the hole that they're in. With that said, they also have a very deep batting lineup, as we've seen throughout this series. It's been a struggle to take 10 wickets. And they get through for a single there, 16 for 2. Just having a look at Joe Root's series so far. Yeah, check this out. 83, 104 not out, and 82. Wow. Australia will need to be at their sharpest to dismiss him cheaply before a similar performance changes the momentum in this match. Nicely bowled by Cummins, looking way better today than he has been all series. Although the ball to dismiss Bairstow wasn't even that good, it was just a terrible shot. Credit always has to go to the bowler though, as Root gets his innings underway with a single. 18 for 2. Hazlewood to Joe Root. 2 wide and put away. Root picking up exactly where he left off in the first and second tests. And gee, wasn't even that short. Oh, he looks so good. It looks so easy for him as well. There's just a different feeling when he's at the crease. You know that runs are going to come in this game at least. Not so much in real life. He hasn't performed his best for a while. Cricket captain doesn't care about that though. So Pat Cummins will continue to root. Will he be the man who figures out the key to dismissing the England captain? Australia can only hope. That's a good length, pretty good line as well. Nice delivery, gets him defending. And well bowled once again. So it's 29 for 2 here. And with that, we're going to see James Pattinson come into the attack. First we've seen of him this series. Maybe he's the man who's got the keys to dismiss Root. I figured the conditions would suit Pattinson better than Stark. You know, it's England. It was overcast on the first day. I thought that might play into it. Stark really benefits from getting a lot of bounce, which you don't normally see on English wickets. Tidy start from Pattinson, that's a maiden. As Cummins continues to root, bit of a wayward one, and the umpire gives it wide. Bit harsh, I thought, but that's the risk. Oh, and he's edged it. Is there a fielder out there? Yes, there is. He's got him, he's got him, he's gone. Big wicket. The English skipper's on his way for 12. Caught by Josh Hazlewood off the bowling of Paddy Cummins. I've got to watch this again. This is so great. Yorker plays too aggressively. His intent catches up to him and he's gone. Caught it fine leg for 12. And, oh boy, that is huge in the context of this match and this series. Pat Cummins. He's dismissed Bairstow and Root after I thought that he mightn't even be playing this test. That's the mark of a true champion, and if I don't say so myself, it's the mark of a great captain to stick with him. I was right about Labuschagne, and I was right about Cummins. So all of you idiots in the comments who said that you should drop Labuschagne, he's not that good in the game, oh, he's batting terribly, oh, Cummins is in bad form, bring Pete Seedle into the fold, give Mike Neser a crack. All of you idiots who said things like that, I hope you're watching this. Because Pat Cummins has just taken the 2 biggest English wickets of this series. Is that understood? Am I clear? Good. So James Pattinson settling in to his return to the Test arena. Cummins will get another over. Why not? With all of this said, Ben Stokes is still a danger man. He's made a couple of really quick fire 50s and even a ton in the second test, which really frustrated myself and my Australian bowling attack. And this match is at Headingley as Denley goes bang. It's a one-day shot. Pays off though, gets 4. But yeah, the fact that we're at Headingley, it just doesn't bode well, does it? When Ben Stokes is at the crease. Let's see him dismissed early, shall we? Yes, I called it, and he's gone. Would you believe it? James Pattinson gets the breakthrough, and Ben Stokes is now gone. England are 37 for 4. As Ollie Pope comes to the crease. He's not in form. The field's coming in close. Run out chance? No. Gee, it's all happening out there. James Pattinson now with a massive breakthrough. So, again, all of you wondering where Stark is, I would invite you to look at what's happening out there and tell me that I've picked the wrong bowling lineup. Oh, you should be playing Stark, Siddle, and Neser. No, I shouldn't. I should be playing the ones that I am playing because they're the ones taking wickets. Here's Josh Hazlewood back into the attack to Joe Denley. I mean, credit to Denley. He's stuck around. Coming into the side, captain and selectors will be impressed with what they've seen so far as he flicks that one off his pads. Should get 2. Nice shot. That thug Jason Roy, he probably won't get a look in again this series. He played really badly. $41 for 4. Let's keep this going. Pattinson to Pope. Full toss, not put away. That just shows the nerves. That just shows the lack of confidence from this young English batsman who's come into the side and failed to make an impact. That will be eating away at him, I guarantee that. And James Pattinson will exploit it for everything he can. Well played by Denley, but there's a man out there. You've got to go over the top if you want runs in that area of the ground. As Joshy Hazlewood continues to Ollie Pope. That's alright from the young man. He's trying to be aggressive. England really need him to stand up here and deliver at least an innings that lasts a while, batting in a partnership. Just take the rhythm away from the Australian bowlers. Another nice over from Hazlewood comes to an end. And Jimmy Pattinson, not Darren, will get one more over. I reckon he took a wicket. It's his first spell. See what he can do. Denley being a lot more patient than the other England batsmen who have looked to attack from the outset with unsuccessful results this match. It worked in the first 2 tests as Pattinson bowls that one ridiculously wide. And a single there. Pulled, but not very far. It's 48 for 4. Hazelwood comes into Denley, and that's well played. Reaches the ropes and brings up the 50 for England for the loss of 4 wickets, that is. So a lot of work for them from here. Oh, but that's driven nicely by Denley. Textbook cover drive, picks up 4 more. And you get the impression that he's starting to feel a little more at ease. And maybe the quick bowlers, after bowling a fair bit so far, just tiring a little. But that said, here's Nathan Lyon. The pitch is turning. It's gotten better for spinners since the start of the day. Moeen will be cursing his luck. And he's clean bowled him. He's got him. Yes, he has. Joe Denley on his way. 26. He was there for a long time, but I've got to watch this one again as well. Sorry, England fans, but this is just too good. Perfect off break. Denley plays all around that, and straight away the bowling change works. England are 57 for 5. The set batsman is gone, and Moeen is looking to score. Gee, big partnership here for the English. But how good is that? Nathan Lyon, second ball into the attack, takes a wicket. And I was saying for all of the first, really it was during the second test when it became clear that we were going to see a second straight draw. I kept saying which bowling attack is going to take this series by the scruff of the neck and make it their sides. And what we've seen this match is that England couldn't dismiss the Australian tail, couldn't take wickets on day one in extremely overcast conditions, and now it's the Australian bowlers who have come out and done a job for their team. How big will this be in the context of this Ashes series? As Ollie Pope is getting away here. At least that's a good sign for the young man. His spot's probably under some pressure. We haven't seen Jos Buttler this series. Moeen's spot is pretty safe. He's just a quality player. Nathan Lyon, he started well. Couple men in close to the bat on the leg side. This is his customary field. One slip in place. And the ball turning. 69 for 5. My bad, there's one more delivery in the over. As Moeen drives, but not very far. Cummins. Second over of his spell. This first one was pretty long, so I should be resting the quicks a bit more. They were all taking wickets though, so I saw this as acceptable. Well left by Moeen, getting out of the way of that one. And nicely tucked away for a single. So the thing with England is just that they bat so deep that there's never a situation until you reach, 9, 10 and 11 where you feel like you've really got them on the brink, as Lyon bowls a rank full toss, which Moeen plays into the deep, 2 runs. Is that the Doosra? Don't often see that from Lyon. Oh, and that's too short. Moeen knows it and he puts it away. 4 runs. So these two starting to get away a bit. Runs coming pretty easily for Moeen, especially. And that's nicely driven by Pope as well. So 11 from that over. Very expensive one from Lyon. Pat Cummins will get one more. Oh, and Moeen, that's a classy shot. Credit where credit's due. So the Australian bowlers letting the pressure off here. That's too short, too wide down the leg side. Easy pull shot, 4 runs. Expected result for that delivery. Oh, he struck on the pads, missing leg, yeah. So good recovery from Cummins there in the end, but another expensive over. Yeah, these two scoring at about a run a ball. Interesting given the match circumstances that they play this way, but the bowling hasn't been great, got to admit. And once again, Pope is able to, I guess, flick that through the leg side for 4. A good shot. And Lyon oversteps, so a lot of the pressure just coming off at the moment. Not what you want on the cusp of tea when England should be worried about their survival. And that's not a great effort in the field either. The Australians can't let England back in this game. They seem to have no difficulties finding the pads of Moeen. It's just that they're always outside the leg stump. Much better from Nathan Lyon. Make him play. 15 minutes left in the session. I'm going to throw the ball to Steve Smith. The ball's turning. We're on the cusp of tea, and he has taken a wicket this series. So I just wonder whether England will continue to try and attack and end up doing something foolish. Oh gee, they attacked, but it wasn't foolish. Cut shot brings up the 100 for England. They're 5 down. They've recovered pretty well over the last 6 or 7 overs since the loss of Stokes, I believe. No, it was Denley. That was the last to be dismissed. So will Ollie Pope be able to hang in there until tea? Oh, and he beats the bats. They go up for the catch. Don't think so. No. Still, Australia's creating chances. As Moeen drives to mid-off for no run. It's well bowled, well played. 10 minutes until tea now. Oh, he struck on the pads. Is that one out? No. Struck outside the line and missing off stump. Looked pretty close live, I've got to tell you. But some good signs here for the Australian bowlers. Looking pretty settled. Maiden over with 8 minutes until tea. Steve Smith will get another crack. Bowls the wrong one. Doesn't deceive Pope, I don't think. Will we see another wicket before the break? Well played. Moeen can't get that one away. Good ball. Just a quality leg break. Tosses one up. Moeen goes for it. Only a single though. 104 for 5. So this might be the last over of the session. Nathan Lyon to Moeen. Oh, and he gets that through the gap for 4. Disappointing start for the Australians. Much better. Moeen leaves that. Looked almost premeditated. And he gets down the other end. So Ollie Pope now with the task of facing off Nathan Lyon. Gets a full toss. No run. 109 for 5. And we will get another over. So I'm happy to see Steve Smith get another crack. He came close. Almost got a caught behind. And with the pitch favouring the spinners, is as good a bet as any. Maybe not, but he might be a better bet than tired quick bowlers. Not if he bowls there though. Too far down leg and put away by Moeen, who has looked the best of the English batsmen so far. A couple LBW shouts notwithstanding. Leaves that alone. And the last ball of the second session on day 3 is 4. So 2 short, bit of a long hop from Smitty there. And at tea on day 3, England have managed to get themselves to 117 for 5. That's still very much Australia's session, but a good fight back here from Pope and Moeen. Everyone's taken wickets of the main bowlers, so we head into the final session, starting out with James Pattinson to Ollie Pope, who is away immediately with a single. And Moeen is as well. So good start for the English, picking up a couple singles. Keeping that scoreboard ticking over. First priority will be avoiding the follow-on. And you'd back them to do it from here. They bat pretty deep. Curran's in next. Oh, but he's gone. Yes, what a catch. Was that Steve Smith? Dave Warner? No, Steve Smith. Let's watch that one again. Moeen, the danger man, he's gone. 36. What a catch. Diving to his left. And James Pattinson strikes in the first over after tea. Gee, that is excellent stuff. As Josh Hazlewood will return to the attack to Ollie Pope. And just as I said, England look like avoiding the follow-on. That suddenly looks a lot more challenging. They still need over 60 runs. They've got 4 wickets in hand. And the Australian bowlers will be feeling jubilant after seeing the back of Moeen Ali. Hazlewood to Curran, blocks that out, so 3 from that over, all in singles. It's 123 for 6. It's James Pattinson. He's come into the team and looked excellent from his 6 overs and 2 deliveries so far. 2 wickets already, and he'll be feeling good about himself bowling to the English lower order. Great delivery there. Goes the Yorker treatment. Manages to get it away for a single, Ollie Pope, who's done well for himself, it must be said. England will be happy with his performance, as he now tucks away a single to point off Josh Hazlewood. Sam Curran at the crease, he's been alright with the bat this series. He's been a lot more impressive with the ball. And this is pretty good from the Australians in terms of bowling full, making the new batsman play. Good, aggressive, fast bowling. As England move to 126 for 6. James Pattinson to Sam Curran. He looks to play that one aggressively. Doesn't get a hold of it. And Australia are just 1 wicket away from breaking into the genuine tail. Broad, Leach and Anderson. Jack Leach nearly has a Test 100, and we are at Headingley. You all know what that means. So he'd better not cause any headaches this time. I'll be very angry. $127 for 6. Josh Hazlewood. Tidy stuff so far. Curran unable to get away, but he sneaks that one through the gap for a single. And Ollie Pope continuing to score. So 2 from that over. Pattinson will continue. And Pope seems to be in the habit of finding singles now. Not playing too many aggressive shots, but just keeping the scoreboard ticking over. Getting the left-hander Curran on strike. Crawling towards avoiding the follow-on. England. Oh, that's a nice shot. Back foot cover drive for 4. Sam Curran, and moves across a long way there to hit through the leg side. Gets a single for his troubles. And well blocked by Pope to end the over. 137 is the score. And these two just settling down a bit. Oh, and Curran drives. Good intent, well played. Picks up 4. It was the right shot for that delivery. Good finish from Hazlewood, 141 for 6. And with that, there'll be a change in the bowling. Nathan Lyon returns to the attack. Nicely bowled first up. Oh, and Pope really moved across there to get to that one, but ends up working out fine for him. Just a single. And Sam Curran comes up against the spin for the first time this Test match. Little too straight. Through for a single. Always a run there. Well left. So pretty tidy start from Nathan Lyon. And it's going to be Pat Cummins returning to the attack. Into his third spell, and straight away Curran gets a boundary. Cummins, he has been expensive this series, it must be said. But he took the wickets of Root and Bairstow in that second session, so he's played a very important role in Australia's bowling effort today. Oh, and he beats the bat of Sam Curran. Well bowled. Defends that one well. Another good delivery. So, mixed start there from Cummins. Some good ones, some bad. Oh, and Pope. Glorious square drive. Picks up 4. Brings England past 150. So it's been a pretty good recovery from them, from the position they were in, 4 for 40 odd, I think. A lot of credit goes to that man, Ollie Pope. He stuck around, played some shots, kept the scoreboard moving. And now Sam Curran looks pretty good out there with him. Doosra doesn't fool Curran. It's 154 for 6. Cummins to Pope, who's moved to 45 now. And he gets even closer to the half century now with that shot. Flicks it for 4. And that will be it. Solid half century from Ollie Pope. Came in difficult circumstances. He's batted well. And he's reaping the rewards. Brought it up quickly as well. 159 for 6. Pretty terrible delivery from Lyon. Don't know what went wrong there. Put away, deservedly so. It's all about how you recover though. Gee, Pope looking to attack the spin once again. Doesn't beat the man in the deep. It's much better from Lyon, tossing it up, outside off, allowing for the spin to do its job. That time a bit too full, driven away for 4 more. So the run's flowing now for England. They've pretty much guaranteed the follow-on will not be available. A real shame, since I would enforce it if it came down to that. But England's still a significant distance behind in this match. Cummins overstepping there, disappointing. Nicely flicked away. There is a man out there. So they'll only get 1 and a full toss. Gee, you don't need to be bowling those at this stage of the match. Pope's eyes light up. He gets a 4. Moves on to 62. So, pretty disappointing passage of play for the Australians. They got a wicket in the first over after tea, but since then it's been all England. Lyon, he's looked alright since... Oh, and he's got one. Yes, he has. Gee, it wasn't his best delivery, but Curran plays all around that. Inside edge, caught by Matthew Wade close to the bat. And that is an absolutely huge wicket for Australia. 173 for 7. Stuart Broad now at the crease. And how big will that be? Partnership broken. Curran was looking good. And just as I was despairing, Australia right back on top. 174 for 7. Stuart Broad can bat. His batting's fallen off a fair bit in recent years. Leach and Anderson also with scores of 80 plus at test level, various points in their careers. So England will be confident they can avoid this follow-on and move closer to that Australian score. And Broad gets that away for a boundary. This hasn't been a good spell from Cummins. I probably should have taken him off. I figured he'd do better than this. He was looking good in the second session. But he's given away 9 runs in that over. England only need 2 to avoid the follow-on now. Lyon to Pope. Gets 1. .200 runs the deficit now. So England will be pretty confident in knowing that Australia will have to bat again. And gee, another full toss. He's been so inconsistent, Lyon. But he's taken 2 wickets, so all credit to him. Still 3 more to get for the Australians, as James Pattinson will return to the attack. Probably pick of the bowlers. It's not his best start, but thankfully the fielder cuts that off. Tidy start here from Pattinson. Maiden. First one of those for a while. Lyon's been pretty expensive, I'm noticing. And Broad seems to be intent on attacking him. That's unfortunate. Wanted Broad at the striker's end. Because Pope's playing shots like that. He looks very much worthy of his test spot. Joss Buttler cursing the television. I wanted to play. Sorry, Joss, it's not happening. This man has saved his spot. And gee, oh, what a shot. And again, fielder's there, but still a good shot. Here's Pattinson to Broad. Let's knock this tail over. Is that out? Is there a bet on that one? Yes, umpire agrees. Pattinson gets his third. Stuart Broad's gone. And England are now 8 down, bringing Jack Leach to the crease. It is Headingley, but I don't want to see any more headaches caused by him. He bowled 3 maidens with the ball and didn't bowl again. And he's off the mark. So Pattinson with the breakthrough, and we're going to bring Josh Hazlewood back on to hopefully finish off this England tail. Leach pretty good with the singles so far though, getting the settled batsman on strike. I don't know how much experience Ollie Pope would have with batting with the tail at county level, but certainly it's new for him in a test situation. And they are only taking twos here with him on strike. Doesn't want Leach facing Hazlewood. Understandable. Gee, that's a good shot. Risky, but effective when he's playing this well. Can't get the single though. It's 8 for 205. Field in close to Jack Leach. Come on, Pato. I hear his brother is in the stands. Darren Pattinson, watching on. He's an England fan, of course. Pretty interesting shot from Leach. Looked alright. Maiden over. Leach is still there. 205 for 8. There's Hazlewood. Continues to Pope. And they're not taking the single. I don't know. If I was England, I'd just take any runs that are available at the moment. But Ollie Pope backs himself to stick around for a while. And he backs himself foolishly because he's gone. Josh Hazlewood gets the big wicket of the top order batsman, Ollie Pope. Oh, gee, that's good. 205 for 9. And Jimmy Anderson out there with Jack Leach. And it doesn't last long. Josh Hazlewood gets yet another wicket. And England are rolled for 205 in response to Australia's 384. So that is huge. Great bowling performance. Look at this. Hazlewood 3 for 44. Pattinson 3 for 24. A couple of wickets for Cummins and Lyon as well. And really just Ollie Pope, the only batsman to pass 50. So England all out on day 3. Couldn't ask for a better performance, really. And now it'll just be a matter of taking the game away from England. Leeds 179. And the goal will be to lead by, I guess, 450. Oh, what a start. He smashed that for 6. Dave Warner, stand and deliver. What a start. First over in a test match. Oh, is that out? No, surely not. No, don't give it. Okay, that's lucky. Oh my goodness, what is going on? A 6 off the second ball of a test innings, followed by a run-out shout. Oh, this has been the most entertaining day of the series so far, as Warner gets another boundary. Flicks it away for 4. 12 from the first over. Ben Stokes taking the new ball. They love Anderson so much. I'm stunned it's not him. Burns gets a single though. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm hoping to lead by 450. Declare with a session to play on day 4. There's Warner. Soft hands. Guys, that one through the gully region for 2. Off to a flyer late in the day. Nice cover drive. Just a single though. So 3 overs left in the day for Australia to see off. Warner seems keen to just get cracking. Broad has other ideas. He's bowled a couple good deliveries now. Targeting The stumps, that's the inside edge, yep, and he's gone. 16 for 1. Do I send out a night watchman? Probably not, to be honest. I mean, it's too late in the game for that to really make a difference. And I don't want a tail ender in there tomorrow when I'm looking for some quick runs. So last over of the day, actually, Warner's dismissal must have eaten up some time. It'll be Ben Stokes to Joe Burns. Flies off the edge for 4. No fieldsman there, so Burns a bit lucky. Take the runs though, obviously. And that one falls short of the man at short leg. And a pull shot off what I think is the last ball of the day. Yep, end of day 3. Quite an eventful one. Australia now leading by 200 with 9 wickets in hand. Absolutely Australia's day. I'm very happy with what's happened. And Australia's in a great position tomorrow to kick on, get the lead up to around 400, then bowl England out on a very bowling-friendly wicket. So thanks very much for watching. I'm Brian Jackson, and I'll see you again next time for more of the Quarantine Cricket Championship.